anything anymore.
All right, and the name is Austin Rising. I worked with Aaron, one of my directors, and so that's kind of in my mind. Wow, it looks great. It has.
Thank you.
I'm always amazed at short films that have so much production value to it. So, first of all, I want to. What's your background and what are you a film graduate? Where are you from?
Well, I'm originally from here, and I grew up here from when I was 3 till I was 18, and I studied. I first went to the University of Denver, studied theater, went to the American Academy of Dramatic Arts in LA, studied at another theater there for more professional training. So my background is as an actor. And this short film came about as me exploring writing and then directing as well, and familiarizing myself more in depth with the post-production process, pre-production, everything, running the gamut through filmmaking. But my primary background is as an actor, and that's what I've studied and trained to do, and still is what my primary focus is. But I got to wear a lot of different hats on this one.
Great. And the story, where did the story come from?
The story stemmed from it was a myriad of things, but I had this idea of this. It originally started off as a much older person, someone skilled in autopsies, things like that, running their own operation in the middle of nowhere, but being connected to organized crime, which is why this person would be in the middle of nowhere, very unreachable. And then I just got more enamored with the idea of exploring it myself, and that's how I ended up fitting into it. And fortunately enough, everybody around me, people that were paying for it to be done, loved the idea of me being the face of it and doing it, and sort of transforming myself into being this person. And originally I wanted it to be silent. I didn't want any dialogue. I wanted it to be black and white, wanted it to be silent. And we ended up thinking that a couple of little lines or things here and there would add some nice flavor, but that's how the idea and the concept originally came about.
And it has a nice, who is your DP? It has a nice texture to it.
Yeah, shout out to my friend Cameron Petramali, who is a Columbia College graduate out of Chicago. And he was we shot this outside of Los Angeles near the Mojave. It looks very New Mexican, sort of the mise-en-scene and the on-screen elements looks very much like it could be here. But he was in town doing pickups for another feature, and the way that he operates and his skill with the camera, and he's younger too. He's in his 30s and kind of understood where we wanted to go. We were all a very young filmmaking team and had the same kind of intensity around what we wanted the flavor to look like. And it was the composition of it was based around a lot of current shows. We really loved, I think it was Michael Slovis was one of the DPs of Breaking Bad. That might be, yeah. Yes. So we really loved what he did with episodes like Ozymandias, where it was this wide sweeping, desolate painting a picture of a landscape, and he just got it, and we knew that he was the DP for the project, and he's so detail oriented, and I am too. So somebody that is that way, that I can just trust to go, this is what we want, take it and run with it. He was very much behind the camera, somebody that said, tell me everything that you want, and I'll give you a lookbook and show you what I'm going to do. And he worked very quickly and was very detailed and just got it. So he was really.
How big was your crew?
We had about 35 people,
that's
which
a
is
good crew.
really large. We were really lucky. We had a gentleman who owned the property that we shot on, and he was really good friends with some guys that worked big VFX stunt work for a lot of TV shows like The Unit, and they came out and helped us build an apparatus which isn't seen in the trailer. It's a big reveal in the short, so stay tuned Friday night for that. But they worked wonders with. They were, one of them was our armorist, because we have some weapons handling on set, and just so much pouring of support in from a lot of different people, donating their time, not working full rates. So we had a great many hands on deck for something that was so truncated and small in scope.
So do you see this as what I call a calling card film? And have you now begun to get any interest in maybe expanding the film into a feature or any other opportunities that have led from the calling card?
I would say my opinion is I think that every film that you do I would think of it as being a calling card of sorts, because I want to put out consistently excellent work. But with this, the original intention was to have it be a vehicle to gain interest, to make it into a feature, and I wanted to make the feature, I wanted to set it in Angel Fire, because this short, the original intention wasn't to do it that way, and the title changed a bunch. And then that part of the land, a fictitious storyline that would fit that area of a small, tight-knit community, was enticing. But as time went by, when we were making the short and going into post, I just wanted it to be seen and appreciated. And we've done that. It's played in festivals across North America and Europe. It's bounced around a lot. And I just wanted, if 5 people saw it and just said, man, that was really interesting and it stuck with me, then I considered my job done and I could sleep peacefully at night knowing that somebody liked it. But there has been interest from it to become something more, from the people that originally backed it. Our executive producers kind of went, we really want this thing to expand. So hopefully we get enough interest within the festival circuit to have that opportunity blossom.
Right.
But that started off as being the original intention. We kind of shifted away from that, but it's come back full circle to that, certainly.
Now, did I notice 2 co-director credits? Or
Mm-hmm. So what happened there is, shout out to Alex Levine, he served as my on-set director. I don't have the skill to do like a Kenneth Branagh or direct myself.
Right.
I have to wear one hat. I'm very laser, narrow focused. So I go blinders on, okay, I'm acting, that's what I'm doing. And he, through pre-production and actual production, directed it and steered that ship. And then I took over in post and I was in edits, I was involved in sound design and all that. So he kind of passed the baton on to me after we got done shooting. So we're both co-directors on it.
So if this was expanded into a feature, would you pick acting or would you pick directing?
I would act.
Yeah.
That's my life's blood and my passion, and I've had a hand in producing a lot this last year after this experience. But what I love to do is to tell stories in front of the camera and to act and perform, and so I would do that within this and get somebody and entrust a producing team and a director and a co-writer, because I wrote this as well. I would entrust that team of people to kind of steer the ship and carry this vision forward into a feature form.
Right.
From short. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been involved with 2 films that were shorts that we did into features, so it's an interesting process, the evolution of it. But since you're not directing, do you have a director in mind, or would your co-director direct it?
He wouldn't direct it. He's transitioned into doing some other work in different niches in the entertainment industry, but there's actually a gentleman who directed Frontera here, who coincidentally is one of my aunt's best friends from college, and he has. I would love for him to do it. His name's Michael Berry. Michael, if you're listening, I'm gonna call you. But he, his style and the way that he put together that film, and just who he is as a person, because I've met him a few times, very briefly. I would love for him to do it. There's other high-profile directors that I would love to emulate what they do. I don't think I could get at them with something that may be of this scope or notoriety, but yeah, I would love for him to do that.
So the big question: would you bring it to New Mexico to shoot?
Oh yeah. Okay.
I
I want to bring everything here. I want to bring everything that I do. I want to bring it to this state, and that's not blowing smoke up anybody's rear end, but it's. I love this state, and I love the people here. And we were just in a panel with Carissa Mitchell talking about this very thing of that there's so much talent here, and having come from this state and come back here to work a lot, I see it firsthand, and there's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, and there's great crew here. I've worked in Chicago, I've worked in LA a lot, and here, and of those three kind of hubs, the only place I haven't been yet is Atlanta, but from what I know, these are the best crews I've ever worked with, is the state. Everybody is so professional, so cool, calm, and collected, knows what they're doing, just gets it, and it's just a great place to work. And I want to bring everything that I do. I want to try to bring it back here. I fight all the time to bring it here.
That's fantastic. I think, we see a brain drain, what I call the brain drain, because we get people who train, and we spend a lot of money in training people into film, but the one thing that's lacking here is the financing to do those films.
Yeah.
So, but we would love to have, you're above the line actor. Bring your projects back here. That's really exciting.
Yeah.
Has the film? We one of my companies distributes to Shorts Movie Channel. Have you? Have any streaming offers?
We haven't had any offers for this short from anybody yet. I'm open to whatever.
Right.
My goal with this currently is just for it to be seen and appreciated. And there was a lot of talented people that were working behind the camera. My co-star, Sharif Walters, who plays the sheriff, he's the only other actor in the film. He did a fabulous job. So I just want it to be seen and appreciated.
Right.
I'm open to
Okay,
whatever.
Your film is screening Friday with a shorts program at the Chemo or at Broadway?
Chemo, and this one, I believe,
it's
from
number
the
one on the
program is
list.
very first on the list. So 5:15 right out of the box. And if people get antsy, it's only 6 minutes and 47 seconds. So it's the first one out of the gate.
You know what I want to do is I want to go over here and I'm going to back up the stream, and I want to play that trailer one more time. This is a great example of what the Albuquerque Film and Media Experience is trying to do, is to not only encourage expansion of the art, but to bring our filmmakers home, and by exposing what the filmmakers are doing again to our own community. It's hard to, I always say it's hard to be a star at home, but it's really exciting when we have young men like Austin, and that's right now.
Yeah.
And so what I want to do, if my technical person's ready, I want to go out of this segment and play the trailer again. It's Friday at 5:15 at the Chemo. Don't miss it. The production quality, the story, and everything is so good that we need to get this young filmmaker back here to make movies here in New Mexico.
Planning on it.
Let's do it. Oops, we went to Color Bar. Color Bar.
1199. So he's waiting.
He's expecting you. What are you carrying?
Usual. anything anymore.